Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to make the sugar, or the food, for the yeast. And this is going to be the thing that the yeast eats to convert into alcohol, and it's going to create some carbon dioxide. But what's going to happen is the yeast is going to multiply. The idea here is we want to have more yeast cells. We want to have enough, like a pitchable amount. Because this yeast was older, we want to make sure that we have an adequate amount because they were kind of sleepy. But we're going to use a little more than a pint of water. We're going to boil that, and we're going to add some malt. This is some of that dried malt that we used, that we bought the other day. We're going to add about a quarter cup of this in there. That should be enough sugar for it to go nuts.
Cool.
Alright, so we'll check back in a minute. Alright, so we're going to go with actually just a little less than a half a cup of this. And that's what it looks like there. If you've never tasted this, it's the bomb. Just think malted milkshake. That's what this stuff is. Yum-y.
Yummy. And we're going to dump this whole thing. Now we got to wait for that water to boil?
Yes.
Okay. Which hasn't yet, but it's getting there.
Take a while.
I mean, Rick could really make it boil quicker by using our superpowers, but
we have to do it for mortals.
Exactly. Here Rick just dumped the malt into the almost boiling water.
And I'm eating the stuff out of
yeah, now he's licking the bowl, so to speak, or the measuring cup. Because it's like when you're a kid and mom's making chocolate chip cookies and...
Yeah, right, no different than that.
We never grow up. Why would you?
One of the things you got to watch out for...
You don't want to burn it?
Not so much burning, but if you don't pay attention to this, it will boil over. Now, with this particular type of cooking surface, rather, it's Lexan, I think it's called. It's not really that big of a deal.
Right.
It's easy to clean up.
But if you have...
And this is really not the ideal stuff to cook on. I mean, gas is absolutely the best way to go.
Except when I have it, it's not really good. But
electric's fine, but this is like a different type of electric. It's very hard to regulate the heat. You just have to stay on top of it. But anybody that's brewed for a while has had boil over. I've had it. I know how bad it sucks, and it's a fucking nightmare. I'll tell you that.
See the steam. Ooh.
So we're gonna want to boil this for. I'm gonna boil for about 10 minutes, just to make sure everything's killed. If you want to come over here, Mike, and look at see how it rises up, see how it's it's fluffing. Boil over will happen really quick if you don't stir it.
It's like when you're making cream of wheat or something, and it just...
Yeah, now, sometimes if it's too hot, it's still gonna do that. We have to take it off the heat and let it drop back down.
Now remember, kids, this is not the Food Network, but...
What'll happen is, it's because this was just introduced into the water recently. After it settles down a little bit, the boil over, you will have to watch it. You can see it's definitely wanting to rise up.
Rise up.
See how it kind of settled down now?
Yeah.
Now it's just getting into a vigorous boil, but it's not fluffing.
Right.
Now, if we were to introduce something else into this, we threw a couple pieces of hops in here, it would fry up again. So that's when you really have to watch your boil over when you're brewing a full batch after you throw new stuff into it.
And we're still.